dress was.
What?
Or what it implied.
Wedding dress?
It's unthinkable that someone else was first.
Okay. What?
So, on January the 10th, 1933, Hitler's cabinet was inaugurated into power. Soon after, they aggressively pursued a dictatorial government for Germany.
This sounds like Axis powers Italia.
See me after school at my place. I kuro Mikisugi.
The fuck? Don't be creepy. Oh my god, that chest. He's cute. Why does he have to be creepy? Don't be gross. To be honest, he looked better when he looked scruffy. Scruff up your hair. Oh my god. What's that song? Shit.
When Junketsu powers up, how come he turns into a sleazy, garter-belted bikini?
I guess your dad was into kinky stuff like that.
You're kidding.
Yes, I am. I have no idea why. There's a lot I don't understand about the Kamui. You'll just have to find those answers yourself.
Maybe ask him. Ask your clothes. Just talk to your clothes. Oh.
We will now assemble a 5-star Goku uniform with a weave of 50% life fibers.
Why is it creepy? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. What the fuck?
The subject's outfit had a life fiber thread count of only 50%, and he lost control. But if a Kamui's composed entirely of life fibers, how can anyone survive wearing it?
Oh, that's why it has to be a slutty bikini.
Please, milady, you can't. We have orders not to let anyone through here. Not even you.
I want nachos. Shit.
The care of this manor has been entrusted to me, Takiji Kurodo.
I don't care who you are.
Take my blood, Junketsu.
Damn.
It is the eternal vow between you and I, the crimson thread of our covenant.
How is that not staining? This white thread, it should stain.
They're a cool family, but they're all nuts.
I agree. Don't be gross. Oh yeah, isn't this where he gets jealous?
Congratulations! You have the honor of being my first offering to Junketsu.
Junketsu? Purity? Didn't know there was anything pure about you.
This conversation is really corny. And it turns blood red. Oh, I was right. What? That boob waggle there. Yeah. Okay then. Oh my god. That, sparklies.
Incredible! Their willpower created a concussive blast!
Cool!
Wait, their willpower?
Careful. Try not to lose too much of your blood. The more you lose, the faster you'll pass out.
It sounds like a video game narrator? That is a lot of ass.
That Ryuko my family said she's got a great rack. We were all talking about what a slamming body you have.
Why?
So perk up and stop being embarrassed. Rip your clothes off and get naked!
Why? And how is that different? Is that a new thing that the outfit unlocked?
So,
Yeah.
that was episode 3, Junketsu.
It was only 3? How many more are there?
There are a total of 25 episodes.
Oh my god, that's so many. Do all of them have that much boobs and ass?
Well, I mean, I don't remember exactly, but there is a lot of it.
There was so much boobs and ass.
That is part of the show's appeal, I think.
Yeah. If you can call it appeal.
Well, yeah. This episode is the one that's often cited as being one that has a particularly progressive message in it, and
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
Like when people talk about some of the show's feminist themes, they usually talk about this episode because it was about how you can wear whatever you want and don't feel ashamed about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which I hear is like the specifically, I mean, the kind of stuff that Kill la Kill shows has more to do with like women's rights in Japan other than in the West, because in Japan, like instead of like women being over sexualized, the problem is that women's sexuality is being it's extremely taboo for them to do like anything.
Yeah. I mean, and that even comes out in like, oh, what was it? There's like idol personalities. Like, part of their contract is that they can be fired and defamed and never hired again if they even so much as, you know, do anything that hints that they might like a real guy, because the whole point is that they're selling the woman's sexuality to guys who are more obsessed with this idea of someone who's acting than actual girls.
Yeah, I think I hadn't heard that before, but yeah, that sounds.
Yeah, I think I saw it on a Tumblr post.
It definitely sounds believable.
Yeah, sounds like the kind of shit that is, you can't make it up. Also, wedding dress. What was that about?
You know, I was thinking, like, just at the end, I was like actually watching the ending theme, like the stuff that was going on in it. And some things that I noticed were that like every person in it besides Ryoko looked like a mannequin or something.
Yeah.
I think because the clothes she was wearing wasn't Senketsu, it probably took place like before the first episode. And at one point she was like looking like through a window in a clothes store at a wedding dress.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
And so
but also, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh well, no. Like, I think there might be some connection there. I don't know what it means exactly, but the fact that Satsuki talks about or calls her own Kamui a wedding dress, or well, at least her parents did, and so that's how she knows it.
That's a little creepy. Are they gonna marry her off to a sentient piece of clothing? Is it like a whole chastity belt kind of thing? Like once you put it on, you can't take it off and, you know, go do the do?
That's really funny. I don't think so. I don't think that's what they meant by it. But it's funny that you said that because, like, there are people who ship Ryoko and Senketsu.
That's crazy. Like, I'm not kink shaming or anything.
Well, they do have, like, the relationship between those two develops, you know, in the future episodes. But it is still weird, like.
Also, doesn't
to ship a girl with her clothes.
Doesn't he get jealous of other clothing or something? I feel like I saw that somewhere.
Can't remember. Maybe.
It was something else. Oh yeah, there was like, okay, during the battle scene, just Senketsu's voice was, it sounded very video game.
Yeah.
Like one of those big action video games that's like part JRPG, where like you have a character talking to you while you're fighting, and it's like in the tutorial, and he's like, be careful not to lose too much blood or you'll pass out.
Well, yeah, I think the reason like stuff like that is in video games. I mean, well, the reason it's in video games is to like let you know how to play the game.
Well,
but,
yeah.
Like letting you know how to play the game for the player, but like in the story, it's like letting you know how to not die, which is the same. Like it's the same thing. Like for the characters and for the player, you don't want the character to die.
No, that's a pretty bad thing to happen.
So yeah, it's like exposition, but it's diegetic exposition, so it's good.
What's diegetic exposition?
Okay. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the word diegetic means like is happening, like, it's canon, basically.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, so it's
like,
not like...
for example, in Steven Universe, the song Giant Woman is a diegetic song. The actual character Steven is actually singing that song.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. What do you think of Kill la Kill as a magical girl show? Because, like, you know, when I first watched it, I didn't think of it as that, and when I saw people calling it a magical girl show, I was like, really? But it does,
well, I
like...
definitely see the,
it has the
transformation
yeah.
sequence.
Both Ryuko and Satsuki have transformation scenes. They're pretty similar. Pretty much the same thing, but...
Yeah. But...
They both have them.
No.
And they are, like, I think they're, like... The transformation scene in Kill la Kill is pretty different than the way other magical girl shows would do it.
Yeah, there's a lot more boob flap than most other...
Well, that goes without saying. I mean, because it's this show. But, like, the whole, like, the style of the thing, and, like, it emphasizes, or, well, it shows the fact that, like, blood is involved in the transformation.
Then again, usually blood... Well... I can't really speak from experience because, like, the only magical girl anime I've watched is Tokyo Mew Mew. But I would imagine blood isn't usually involved in a typical magical girl transformation.
Yep.
But I do know that there are, like, there's a subgenre of magical girl that's specifically targeted towards people looking at the sexiness of the characters. I've never watched any of them, so I can't really compare.
Do you think this
the two
is one of those? Or
I wouldn't say so. I mean, maybe there's. You could argue that there's, like, along with, you know, being a deconstruction of the general whatever style it is with all the fighting and determination and all that shit. I can't remember names. You know, as well as being a deconstruction of that shonen, maybe? I think so.
Yeah.
It could also have some themes of deconstruction or something of that, at least, I don't know, like, making a nod to it, that was confusing, to the sexy magical girls.
Well, yeah, probably. I would definitely say that it is. Like, I'm pretty sure I said this in the recording we did for the last episodes, but, like, the fact that, like, you do see a lot of naked people in the show, like, it's a parody. It's not exactly supposed to be taken seriously. Like, it's supposed to be a funny thing that, like, it is a satire of other anime shows that, you know, do a similar thing in a more like serious tone or whatever. But you can't be a parody of that without also having, you know, all the naked people in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, while I agree that it is definitely a deconstruction of shows like that, I think it probably also is one, unavoidably.
Yeah, I mean, to address the things in both types of subgenres of anime, you have to be in the subgenre of the anime. But personally, I kind of have a little in my mind set aside for the parodies and deconstructions that's like, but it's not taking itself seriously.
Yeah.
Because there's a big difference. Oh yeah, one other thing I almost forgot. When they were trying to make the 5-star Goku uniform, theory time, I have no idea if it's right or not, I didn't go into theories. When the show was popular.
What's your theory?
Okay, so the reason that the Kamui have to be so exhibitionist and quote-unquote slutty is because the too much life fiber and the dude went all out of control and shit, and so, you know, it has to be a smaller surface area and less actual life fiber fabric.
As far as I remember it, and I don't think this is a big spoiler. If it is, sorry, I guess. We'll find out later.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much correct.
Yay! I mean, it seemed pretty obvious, so...
And, like, this episode further proves that, like, the world that Kill la Kill takes place in is not one I want to live in.
Yeah. Although, out of curiosity, which specific reasons do you not want to live in it for?
Well,
I mean, other than the whole totalitarian regime ruled by school children.
Specifically, in this episode, like, my thought was that my body would not be able to handle life fibers. I'm very weak.
Yeah. Shall we do another episode? Do you have time for that?
Yeah, if we start, like, now, then I probably will.